Good afternoon. This is Marcia coming at you from Williston, Florida. We're here on Moving Mondays where we get together and do some mindful exercise and breathing and things that help with balance and circulation. I light this red candle today in honor of we're 5 days away from ending our Light a Red Candle campaign, which will then launch the beginning of International PAD Awareness Month. So one hurdle crossed and another joyous month ahead of us. Anyway, today I thought I would backtrack a little bit. We had some technical issues last week, so I apologize for the video getting cut short. But in afterthought, I decided it was just as well because I did a whole lot of stuff. I showed you like 4 different moves in a short amount of time, and I'm sure the last one especially was hard to get rid on. So anyway, to begin with today, I'm going to move my chair. I thought that I would talk to y'all a little bit more about breathing. Breathing is like the motor for our circulation. It really is. We inspire, and I find it interesting that we use the words inspiration and expiration, because to inspire literally means to inhale the spirit. So breathing, to my mind, goes well beyond just the physical act of doing it. It refers to a whole greater energy level. And so I think so many people have become disconnected from their bodies these days that they forget how to breathe. And so I'm going to back up and do some very basic beginning thoughts on breathing. First of all, there's actually 4 phases to breathing, not just 2. We have an inhalation, a pause, an exhalation, and a pause. And to become mindful of our breath, a very good way to start tuning into how we breathe, honestly, let's just put your left hand on your heart, over your heart chakra, heart dantian level, middle dantian, it's also called, and down here on our lower dantian. Now, excuse me, a lot of people breathe from the top of their lungs. Very short, shallow. And they don't even notice they're doing it. And they're missing out on all the bottom part of their lungs. And so what I want you to envision is that your lungs are like a bellows in, flame of fire, those old bellows things. And so it's your diaphragm that acts as the bellows motion. So when we inhale, we want to try and push our bellies out as we inhale from the bottom, and feel those bellows move up. Or excuse me, go down. So we're filling up our lungs with that air. So the bellows releases to let the air come in. And then when we exhale, we also do it from down here. We tuck our stomach muscles back in. And that's the bellows compressing the air out again, the exhalation. So it's our diaphragms that move our air. And it's so important to get centered on that. So let's just stand here a minute and walk around and wiggle a little bit. Get our juices flowing. Smile from the heart. Wiggle. And then let's find our happy feet, which are about hip width apart. Good way to tell is put your one foot out where the toe ends and straighten your foot out. And that's about hip width, but you can play with it. Make it a little wider or a little smaller, whatever your preference is. You want your feet forward and then gently relax your tailbone and your knees so you feel your lower spine straightening just a little bit, which actually gives you the feeling of expanding, and you want to open your chest more when we stand like this. So now that we're in this position, put one hand on your heart, one hand down here on your belly, and let's breathe to the count of 4. 4 inhalations, 4 pauses, 4 exhalations, 4 pauses. This is called box breathing. And you can adjust the count, the tempo of your 4 according to your needs. So I won't do it really slow because I'm not sure how other people's breathing capacity is. So let's begin. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 4. Inhale. Just get into your own flow, count in your own head. As you inhale, feel that's your spine stretching out on that string that runs through your head to your tailbone, and you're hanging from the ceiling loosely. Belly out on inhale. Belly contracts on exhale. Now that's just one way of breathing, mindful breathing, and it's a good way to start getting into the groove of how we breathe. But really what we want to strive for is that our inhalation will be more like to a count of 3, and our exhalation will get longer, like to a count of 5 in 8 breaths. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So if you can go 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get the timing right. So when you're at your 5th exhale, you're ready. You have enough air to pause for 4 more seconds and begin your inhale again. So if you're not used to breathing, it's a thing that you have to play with a little bit. And just be patient and play with it like a kid. Like you can go breathe 4, pause 2. Breathe 4, pause 2. You can breathe 3 inhales, pause for 2, and exhale for 5. You can also do things that are a little trickier. and usually coincide with movements where you inhale, pause, and inhale again, pause, and exhale, pause, and exhale again, pause. So there's many ways of breathing to be aware of. And I just thought that was really important to bring up today as I go over some of the moves that I was teaching you all last week from a form of Qigong called Radiant Lotus Qigong. And there are a series of very graceful movements that require kind of a bit of mindfulness. They have nice stories behind them. And it's a more calming, yin, nourishing type energy that we build with this. And for all the stress that everybody goes through these days, I think it's really, really important to touch back with our mother natures, with our nourishers, with our inner self caregivers, because so many of us give and give and give and give, or run and run and run and run, and then we're depleted. And there's a balance to be kept. And if we don't maintain our own motor, our own energy engines, then we're going to run across some difficult times. So that's what I wanted to talk today about breathing. So let's begin by just standing kind of in place and smiling. Smiling is so good. It's one of the best things in the world. Even if you don't feel like smiling, if you just smile, then you start to get into it. And then you start to feel glad, which is maybe a cousin of feeling grateful. And gratefulness and appreciation are one of the best things for building our energy engines. And that's what we're talking about here when you come every Monday to learn some Qigong and Tai Chi. Qigong literally means working with our life energy. So let's shake it out a little bit. Wiggle. Let those wrists get loose. You raise them up to your heart level. Smile. And then up to your throat. Recognizing our voices as mothers and nourishers of the world. Soothing, kind voices that expect respect. And above our heads, yes, up here. Yeah. And then let them come back down. Let's turn our necks a little bit. And as we do that, you can step out a little bit. And let's just start swinging our arms, like from our hips though. So when we do that, as we turn, we lift up the heel of the opposite way we're turning. So that helps protect our knees. And start swinging low and easy. And as you build up your chi energy, you can start bringing it up higher. So that now you're clapping on the middle of your back and your clavicle. This is very, very good for clearing toxins out of the body, for getting our circulation moving from its source, basically, our hearts. And we come back down slowly, wiggle our hips a little bit. You can bounce up and down on your knees. If you can do it with your feet, you can even pump with your heels up and down. Go heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. And you can gently pump up and down like that. It gets the blood moving down into your lower limbs, which is very good. And we can even place our mind energy on visualizing our blood flowing down to our toes and back up to our heart. It's a circulatory engine that we run. And it's kind of ones based on opposites, just like the yin yang symbol symbolizes. So first we're going to do showering chi. Let's find our space, our safe, reverent, sacred space, our happy place. And let's lower our qua, loosen our qua here by relaxing your tailbone down. Chest open, knees slightly bent, and feeling balanced on your feet between your heels and your toes. And now let's begin. And keep in mind everything I just told you about breathing. In this kind of Qigong, you don't necessarily have to breathe in through the mouth and out through the nose. You can just breathe in and out through your nose, or whatever is comfortable for you. That's the bottom line of Qigong. We find our comfort zones that work for our own bodies. So here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. As we do this, don't forget to go up and down on your little slinky spring. It's going from your head to your tailbone. That very action of moving up and down in this manner is very good for your core, your calves, and your thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all that goodness from the universe around us. Exhale, pushing it down our spines through our heart median back to our lower dantian, our energy engine, the center of our balance and our breath. So one more. Now the next move I want to show you is a little more complicated, and it's called Flying Phoenix. Basically has, I don't know, at least 2 parts to it. And we can come back from one of our shower chis. And we can actually go right into it. Now picture a phoenix flying, opening its wings, inhale. Gracefully letting go, exhaling. Our wings stretch out, defining our safe boundaries, our safe, happy space. We release gently. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, after you've done 3 of those, you can do, it doesn't matter how many we do. One of my teachers suggested that 3 means life, 5 means practice, 8 means abundance, and 9 means mastery. And so you can listen to your own body, do however many you feel like doing. Do it until you get in the flow and the joy of the whole process of breathing and moving simultaneously, nice and slowly. And after 3 of those, we're going to come down a little bit in our knees, but keep your back straight. You hinge from the hips. We're going to scoop up some of this good, wonderful Mother Earth and cross it over our hearts, our palms touching our clavicles. And you'll feel an indentation there on each side. And this spot is called the L1, lung 1, and acupuncture point. You can stay in this position, kind of hugging yourself for as long as you want. You can think about others, sending out well wishes to the world, people we know, sending them little love hugs. And when you feel satisfied doing this, take a nice deep breath in and uncross your hands with a nice exhale. Releasing all of that back to the universe, and then scooping up this wonderful, radiant rainbow of energy, sprinkling down all around you. So that movement is actually kind of a long one. If you did that 3 times, it would take some time. So let's do it again. And I won't talk as much. Let's see if you can just follow along with me a little bit better as you find your own feel for the move. So flying phoenix. Scoop up earth. Cross your hands. It doesn't matter if it's right over left or left over right. Just do what your body is telling you. And simply breathe and be still in this space. When you feel at ease, taking a nice deep breath. Exhale all your woes and worries back to the world. Back to be recycled into this wonderful ball of rainbow energy light, sprinkling down upon you, making us all well and whole. Let's do that again. Claim your safe space, your boundaries. Gracefully let go of all that doesn't serve you. Scooping up some divine Mother Earth, bringing it into your heart. We pause here for as long as we want, taking in the good feelings, feeling how our bodies feel, checking in, always checking in. When we're finished here, nice deep breath in and let it all out. So we scoop up all this good energy, rainbow of light. It sprinkles down upon us. So there we have 2 moves. And I'm just going to take a little break a minute, rub my hands together, walk around a little bit. All right, so I've shown you Flying Phoenix. I've shown you Showering Chi, which is first. We do Showering Chi, we do Flying Phoenix. And this next move I'm going to show you is called Lotus Rises from the Mud, or Lotus Rises from the Water, whatever way you like to say it. This one is a little bit intricate. And it's mainly, I'm going to move up some even because you don't really need to see my feet all that much. It's mainly arm motions. But again, let's get reconnected. Got your happy feet planted and right. That's good. This one, start with the left, because we hold our chi ball right here at our lower dantian. Little chi ball of energy, grows big. With our left arm, we go from shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand, as we turn our heads slightly backwards, saying goodbye to the past, all the things that didn't serve us, saying thank you for the things that we can bring forward from the past into the present state of heart, earth and heaven. Then we swing around, letting our hands, fingertips just graze the side of our body as we reach back with our palm up. And from here, bend your elbow and let your pinky lead direction to go overhead. And from here, come back around. We bring all of this good energy right back into our energy engine. So let's do that again on the left. Rise up your spine, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand. Turn back, palm up. Releasing all that no longer serves us. Cleansing it through the water. Thanking heaven and earth. Swinging around, our fingertips just grazing our side as we reach backward with our palm up, and then bend your elbow and let your pinky lead the way overhead. And then come back around and bring the energy back to your lower dantian. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So if you look closely, we're drawing a little heart and then a bigger heart, half a heart anyway. I'm sorry, my phone's ringing. But it'll stop in a minute. So another thing about this movement is that come up, acknowledging all our energy engines, all our dantians to the heart level, swinging out, kind of turning our hips and our head at the same time in a natural motion. And with our palms up, we're releasing and saying thank you to the lessons of our past and releasing those things which no longer serve us, but bringing forward all the good lessons. Acknowledging heaven and earth. There's a little heart. And then our pinkies brush our sides as we come back around. We bending your elbow so your pinky leads. And then swing slightly back behind your head, acknowledging that we are in a 360 here. It's not just two-dimensional. And claiming some space in front of you as well as you come back. So now let's try that on the right side. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, palm, palm up. Shoulder swings around, releasing that which is no longer needed. Palm down, brushing it through the waters of life to renew it. Acknowledging heaven and earth. Here's our little heart. Then coming in, brushing your side. And now let your elbow lead to draw the other half of the heart in kind of a 360 bubble of joy and renewal. Let's do that again. Palm is up. We turn our shoulders, so now the palm is down as we acknowledge earth and heaven. Elbow leads, pinky leads to grow the heart and draw the big heart behind us, around us, encompassing us. So now let's do both at the same time. And this, doing both will really help you reflect on vertical alignment a lot more, because you're not going to be turning your head one shoulder or the other, because there's opposition, there's counter movements when we're doing both sides at once. So up to the heart, shoulder, elbow, wrists, hands, palms up, letting go of that which no longer serves us. Swinging your elbows forward or your shoulders forward as you release that which no longer serves you. Cleansing it in the present moment. acknowledging heaven and earth, coming around to encompass all of this, leading from the elbow, so the pinkies lead in this big, huge, happy bubble of health and well-being. So let's try this again. This time less talk. Let's do that again. Those palms slowly. Come forward, palms down now. Just brushing your sides, letting your elbows lead the way, and then your pinkies. Drawing this big, huge bubble of goodness all around us as we bring it in. So those are 3 moves that you could actually do in a row to help you keep your flow. And I think this is a good stopping place. Unless, well, you know what? Let's just do it once, all the moves together. So maybe we can really get into the flow of this stuff. All right. So I'm coming in, and the first movement that I'm going to do is showering chi. So I kind of get in my place, make sure I'm grounded and stable, step out, find my center, my groundedness. And let's do some showering chi. Hang on. I have cranial flatulence case. Let's start over, okay? Showering chi. Yeah. And a third time. Now, let's do some flying phoenix. Arms outstretch. So they come in and push out, claiming our safe space and boundaries, gracefully letting go of anything that doesn't serve our needs at the moment. Relaxing down, pushing out. You can actually envision the wings of a bird when we do this motion. And after the third one of these, we're scoop some earth We're going to cross over. Just sit here a minute and feel the goodness. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your blood circulate. Smile. And after a bit, you decide how long. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. All of that away. Scooping up earth and sky and showering down upon you a nice rainbow of light. Now again. And scoop up some earth. Keep your back straight. Hinge from the hips like a tabletop, like a hinge. Cross your heart. Love and joy. Send good vibes out to the world. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. Scooping up all of the goodness. Bring it right back down to our lower dantian, the center of our breath and our balance. Up in here, lotus rises from the mud, left side. Keeping my vertical alignment. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, palm up. Flip your shoulder around so now your palm's down. Drawing our little heart. Drawing our larger heart. Encompassing all around us, all the goodness of the universe. Now both sides together. Lead with your elbow, and then your pinkies. And come back in. Bring all that good energy right back here to your lower dantian. So there we have it. I hope that this session is a little more clear. I hope that you take the preface of our practice to heart about breathing and play with your breathing while doing these different movements. You will learn intuitively whether your body wants to inhale or exhale. You'll notice that when we open up, we want to inhale. When we come back in and close, we tend to want to push the air out. But always remember the belly breathing, breathing from the lower dantian. That's very important. It strengthens our core muscles, which lead to balance and flexibility and strength overall. So I wish you all a very, very pleasant day.